keeps my recipe clean, and when people need to look through my collection, they can look through all of my recipes. So this is the one we're doing tonight, the rustic apple tart. I quite like it. In case you don't know, I have an apple orchard, so I'm kind of fond of apples. So some might say I'm an apple snob. The recipe says to use a store-bought pie crust. I like to make my own pie crust, so I made my own crust at home earlier today, and this is the crust for a single crust pie. I don't know how they come if you buy them from the store, but this is that. And it's on the silicone Wonder Mat. You can roll that right out on your kitchen counter and then transfer the mat onto your pan to bake it. And when you get this out of the oven, it just slides right off. So there's no oil or Pam or anything on here, and this thing is fantastic, but that's not what I'm demoing. So, this is, whoa, causing some trouble there. The Mandoline, has anybody used the Mandoline? A few of you? Okay, well, you can get it this month easily for free or a small copay when you recruit. I had another Mandoline made by some other company at one point in my prior life, and I found that I didn't use it because I thought it was too hard, and I thought that it left too much stuff at the end when you're done slicing. I felt like it wasted, and I don't believe this one does. I also believe this offers a lot more options than any other Mandoline that I've been around. This knob here, you can adjust the thickness from 0 to 9. 9 is nice and thick. When I made a soup today for lunch, I set it at 9 to make cubes with my potatoes. The second knob here will flip up blades to slice the other way. So that's the narrow ones, or then there's the wide ones. So you can do French fries, or when I did my potatoes for cubes, I did them the biggest setting here and the biggest setting here. So to make our apples cook quickly, we don't need slicing that way, and we're going to set it on a 2, which is very thin. Apple person that I am, here's a little tip for you. All pies taste better with more than one type of apple. So I have 2. They look the same, but they're not. I have a Chieftain and a Haralson. You can find the Chieftains in the grocery store right now if you go to Dolls, where they are, because they came from our orchard. You won't find any Haralsons, sorry. So I leave the skins on. I think it's pretty. I think there's good stuff in the skin. And depending on the apple variety you use, you can do that. I would not do that with a Red Delicious because they are bred to have a thick skin so that they travel well and don't get bruised and beat up. These do not have a thick skin, and so I'm gonna just leave them right on there. So stick on the guard. Don't do it without the guard. Always brings bad things. Slices really easily. And how fast does this go when you don't have to peel that apple? And here are how thick your slices are on a 2. The recipe doesn't say to take out the seeds, but I'm going to. It looks like pretty stars. If you need something to do, you can dry those at home. And they taste good in the winter too. I put cinnamon vanilla on those and dry them in my dehydrator. I'm just gonna cut out the little seed part. There's not very much seed left in the middle. You'd be surprised there's not too much seeds. But you waste almost nothing of the apple this way. We'll throw it in here. I am cutting these in half so it comes out the shape that you would expect apple pie should be. And then we're gonna do one more apple for flavor. The recipe says to use 1 apple. I like apples. I did not think 1 apple was enough, so I do 2. Plus, I want another variety.
Are you starting with the stem or the...
The stem is on the top.
Okay.
And you can easily see it when you're all done. So there. Hardly anything left of that. I have the seasonings already here in a little bowl from home. You put in a little bit of cinnamon, vanilla, a little bit of flour, and some sugar. We dump that in there. And then the juice from half of a lemon. Do you have this lovely little piece in your kitchen?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
You're getting it. It's amazing how much juice this thing will put out. There you go. When I did this at a party recently, the people commented that they don't really make apple pie, but they could do this. And that's kind of how I feel. I can make apple pie, and I like to make apple pie, but this is so much easier. You don't have to worry about